Shove her off up here.
You'll be all right.
Well, we got one out, Timmy.
What's he doing? Fuck. Let's go!
before. Never got a chance to get a hold of him.
All right, get ready, grab the rope, and hold up to what's up there. Ready, go ahead. Hurry up. Can you get that? Hurry up, come on, hold the barrel. Come on.
As he leans up against the side. I'll tell you this one too. I'll tell you this one too.
All right.
Probably over in Nanticoke and them places. I know. And this guy on here, I ain't gonna mention no names. He said, man, I used to beat my little brother up all the time. You know, I don't know how many people on the boat's got brothers, but you know, I.
You use that word used to.
Man, especially when you call it them. I called it and it all, well, who's old is a big word, but they ain't real good. That bro, what he does, I was promised a prime rib dinner 3 weeks ago, bro, and I can't even get a cheese on.
You're still good, Walt. Try to come straight into me.
You already put it out?
How much rope you got?
You got it.
A fucking lot.
You got it now.
You got a good arm.
Yeah, I can throw it. As soon as we straighten out.
Yeah, he's straightening out now.
You scared now. You got that bow hook. Got it tied?
Hey!
Wrap it around. Man, hold. Just hold.
Help me pull it in, Brad. the boat that just came to me now, which the name Fanny Daughter, he had 28 bushels on board and he collected $1,392. Now, normally I've got another boat that will come in with between $40 to $50, and you're looking at roughly $2,500 worth of oysters. We pay them $1,500 in cash on the spot so they can pay their crew, and then I bring them the rest down in a check the following trip they go out again. The biggest boat that I have that will usually come in last, the Helen, Virginia, Captain Art Benton on, he has 7 head on his crew. He usually catches between 65 to 80 bushels of oysters, which at $48 a bushel is a little over $3,400 most of the time. Because he has such more men on his crew, I give him $2,000 cash on the spot to pay his crew with and bring him the rest of the money in a check. That way the crew can get paid on the spot, because in Winona Harbor or Deal Island, Maryland, there are no banks. There's nothing down here except Arby's General Store across the street and Lucky's up the road. And that's it. I mean, and a lot of these guys don't even own vehicles. Closest town's 20 miles away. So it's not, if you did bring them a check, what are they going to do with it? They don't have a vehicle to get anywhere. So we depend on their oysters to make a living as much as they depend on our company to come down here and buy them and pay them on the spot so they can go home and feed their wives and take care of their kids.
Nope, too far now. Go back on too far. I got it. All right, that's it. That's her.
Yeah, I thought you were relaxed.
I am now that I'm painting, but he had me sanding earlier.
Oh,
He had me sanding for a minute too.
good Lord.
Yes, he put my butt to work the second I got here. He said lunchtime's over. I said, well, I came for lunch. He said, oh no, we're going to work right now.
Oh, hard driver.
Yeah, he snapped a mask right on my face and handed me gloves. And I said, oh my God, are you serious? He said, yeah. And I said, all right then. So much for lunch.
What paint you got left in yours?
Probably about a quart. You need more? There's another guy. There's another gallon. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. Get off there.
Look at her white paw.
Wow.
His white paws. Wow. He's got these white paws.
Damn. Still man here.
What up? Hope you got sound.
Come back here and fix this line.
Yeah, put the boot.
Right here?
No, give it here. Give it here.
Put it on there. See if you can go, Tad. You're on
I
camera.
don't think so.
You're on camera.
You taking all them up?
Yeah, I'll bet North Shore.
He's got, yeah, she's right now.
See if you can go.
This girl's right. Another year done.
Operate right here. Mainstay. Yeah, or good job, baby.
Yeah.
How old's this boat?
I think this was built in the 60s, but it's been redone about 5 years ago. It's all brand new. It's all wood, all new wood, fiberglass. This is one of the nicer boats on the bay.
Oh, it's got a fiberglass out on the
Yeah,
hull?
she's fiberglass on
Oh.
the outside, yeah. There ain't many around good as this one. Right now, the city of Crisfield, that one there is the youngest, and she's falling apart. Down here on Deal
Yeah, I've got pictures and video of that. It's really nice, and then I was shocked when I saw it.
Daddy Art, he got old and he didn't have a lot of money to put into it, and now he's gone. He died a little while ago. I learned a lot from that old man. He taught me a lot. Not many people know how to sail anymore. He taught me a lot about it. I was happy to know him. He taught me how to run these sails and stuff like that, because I never knew nothing about it. Not many people know how to do it.
Yeah, all the footage I've seen of people working the boat under sail is really old stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
it
like
is.
70s and 80s.
Definitely. Yeah, this year he's taking all these off, putting brand new on. And these are probably the oldest thing on the boat, the sails right now. We never use them. Just on Labor Day when they do the skipjack race.
Do you do that?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that must be fun.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've got a video out on both races. This one and the one in Cambridge.
Yeah.
But I didn't go out on the boats.
You can come with us Labor Day. You can get right on here with us and go.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, come on down. I know Arthur will take you.
been to me? He said, well, I never know he owned her.
Yellow Way.
I said, well, she's been back to town for a regular while now.
Yeah, 2 years, 2, 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That one, Ben.
Well, who owns her, the one with that?
I would say.
Who owns her?
Little lady.
Oh, the Wilma lady?
No,
Oh, the one you
the
had.
Wilma lady
Yeah.
that, they get one of them squeezes and come down with a,
I'm busting up this concrete.
See that lightning last
Now,
night?
you ain't no fooling here. I got halfway through the job. We found a body underneath the concrete slab in this church was built
The
in
bone.
1891.
It was the bone.
Yeah, it was the bone. But it was underneath the concrete.
Yep.
Of course, the pastor wants to call the police. Jerry wants to call the police. CSI.
Yeah.
You get CSI.
Oh,
You gotta make sure it's at
no.
least 100
Did you
years
tell
old.
him don't?
But I
Well,
want
no,
to flex about
I just gonna go, like, avoid
Did he
even-
call him?
Yeah, of course, CSI, police come in.
They all came in?
They duct taped the whole place off, you know, caution tape.
No
I had to
way.
stop work. I had to give my license and show them who I was and then all this shit.
Get
while I
out, when
busted
did,
the floor
you
up.
never mentioned that
This was like-
before.
That was like 2 days ago.
Oh, holy
Who was
moly.
it?
Well, look, let me tell you, they finally, I guess the forensic shit and everything they did, they finally figured out who it was. You know who it was? The 1925 hide and go seek champion. Polish hide and go seek champion.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. It was the 1970s Polish hide and seek champion. And now, no, he just broke his record.
Serious
He
as a
really
heart
got his
attack.
record.
Serious as a heart attack told me that story. I might as well chug one
You
more
can
of
use
those.
that. You were tearing the floor up in a house.
You're way too serious. I can't keep that straight face like that.
Maybe you want to.
Crawl underneath here.
That's a good joke, though. It gets everybody.
On your hands and knees, girl.
Because everybody's in these
She
CSI.
was enough to get through there.
Yep.
I told him he needed to take the batteries out of there for the winter. Just take them out and put them
He
in
stayed around me long. I tell you
his
what,
garage
that
or
wheel
somewhere
was
it's not
turning
freezing.
around.
You know, that's what does it.
I told him where he could win.
He's got electric running on it
Yeah,
all
real
summer,
quick.
all winter.
Tell Zolin. How long did he have her, old Pete? He had her back in 71, something long in there. Pete had her.
you're about 15.
I can't even up there. It's hard to come here.
Last week,
Kevin's a lot older than you then.
Kevin will be, he'll be 50 this year.
All these slips here are first.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's because you.
no good? No, he never saw
He
it.
never saw it. He said he didn't have it, but I knew I had it because I remember you gave me this to copy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, honey.
All right.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with him because he's really crazy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So you can call him and tell him you got it if he wants a picture of it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't show Ted. Hey, don't show Ted. You better. Oh, real quick.
Made it. There he goes.
Go.
They usually don't get caught spot.
spend all that money in this fool's alive for deep water and there ain't either crab in the world.
I'm putting nothing on the engine, Doc.
Yeah, we ain't bad luck. I don't want to fucking freak out. Well, if they are, all those don't look great. You can crab anywhere up there this side. So three sweatshirts didn't come home Saturday night. I sat there with my foot on them. What these two and that be it. How many more you'll put on? Oh, she'll hold. She'll stack them on the engine. No, we gotta get in there again. How many we got on there? More we had yesterday, I can tell you. Johnson. get it up Monday.
Well, up on Monday. He's going holiday Monday, so.
He ain't going nowhere Monday.
One below, 35 knots. Last week.
We'll get it Monday then. Monday then.
I'm sure his Jimmy's playing on.
Some of them I just fished since I put them out over a week ago. Still wasn't even one out. Big time though.
How many you got, bud?
Two and then
Two in a piece of soup. Whatever you weigh them. Don't go out.
We need to be in the room.
Use a little crab or nothing. One sound. If I can't find something rub baited, you can't catch a little crab. And
oh, there's one in there. I'm looking for a big swim in.
God dang. Oh, my buddy said he put it right there, hook his on, said he put a thermometer in a pot. 40 foot of water is 47 degrees. I bet that's a little too chilly.
You don't know what I was talking about.
Man, Trevor done well. He shot Kevin Bevins last night. Yeah, he's in jail. And Kevin Bevins up in Baltimore Hospital right down there.
Chesapeake right there, bud. I didn't.
That's all who's catching, man.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, taking that capacity.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's his money.
Yeah.
Because they're his own. One thing about it, buddy, if he got money enough to wait, he knows what's coming to him. Come on. Get over here, baby.
Yep. Take them all, Cam.
Take it all.
That's enough, Lou.
Get him out, get some fresh bait.
It's car wash, ain't it? Yeah, it's a Rolls Royce.
Getting at the car wash.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You get that car? I don't even know why I can't think. They must be, but there's nothing around here, buddy, nothing.
Somebody in Oldfit that grabbed load of hookers off and said it's only 47 degrees. And on top there, right there, so
61 degrees while ago.
down there, so point, be 12, 15 foot water right on top underneath the boat. And chart plotter's saying it's 61.
3 days ago, he did.
3 days.
I'm still in Thursdays. I got bait on.
Okay. Oh, you want to got some raisins?
Yeah.
Who's getting in, Dave?
Josh got a bushel, and Philip Palmer got some, and Al got some.
He'll hang you 10 or 15 bushels a day.
Who, Josh?
King crab. King crab. From the college now on. I heard what he said the other day.
What?
Is it true what he
David. Said David Holmes didn't know that boat got crabs on crabby. Yes, he is crab.
He never, if he did, he was joking with David.
It's getting extremely worse. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources hasn't opened up any new harvesting oyster grounds for either skipjacks, regular small dredge boats, or patent tong boats in almost 5 years. And the areas that they are allowed to harvest by law have been harvested over and over again every year for 5 years, and their resources have been depleted completely. So new grounds need to be open, and we need to figure out a way for Maryland Department of Natural Resources and our local politicians to feed the bay back with oyster shell and spat so more will grow. It actually filters the bay. They used to turn over the bottom every 3 years. Virginia still does. Virginia has a 2-year policy where they open up ground for 2 years, shut that down and open up new ground 2 years, and it gives each ground 2 years sit time. That's what an oyster needs to grow to legal catching limit. 2 years, at least 2 years, depending on the environment and the conditions, of course. But generally 2 years, an oyster will grow from a spat to 3 to 3.5, 4 inches big. And that's legal catching limit. Because I've asked them what they're doing, and they come back and say, we were just out testing the water. And these are people that are doing that sometimes 2-3 times a week, and continually testing the water is not changing anything. So the state of Maryland is paying people $50,000 to $60,000 a year to ride around in a truck, put a boat out, sail it out, test the water, sail it back in. This makes no sense to me. Last year we had a lot of, I can't remember the name of the dam that let go, but it allowed a lot of debris to come through. I can't remember the name of the dam, but it was across, I think it was up north, northeast Maryland area, somewhere like that. When the dam snapped, it sent logs, mud, trash, and debris from the northernmost tip of the Chesapeake Bay all the way down to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. That pretty much killed any good living thing in the water. I mean, not a lot survived. Anybody harvesting anything north of the Chesapeake Bay, it's been an extreme struggle. A lot of the inland guts and rivers survived, but the middle of the bay and the center, the biggest area of the bay, a lot of the wildlife a lot of the marine life was just destroyed because it was overwhelmed.
So I'm getting the sense that the fishermen had very little to do with the downfall of the bay.
Exactly.
It was probably more pollution than anything.
Yes, pollution and overregulation. They're not allowed to catch but so much. Their limits don't ever go up. Their quotas never go up. I mean, they get maybe 2 or 3 good weeks of each individual season per year. That's rock fishermen, crabbers, oystermen, skipjack captains, all of them. Each of those seasons, if that captain works each of those seasons, he's looking at maybe 6 weeks of good money for the year. The rest of the time, he's working on his equipment and making enough money to just get by with what he can catch, and gets frustrated every day he comes in because not nearly enough. Like it would be if more grounds were open and more bottom was open, especially for harvesting oysters. When you let an oyster stay in the same spot for 5 years, it grows bigger than the size of an average hand and then dies. It's doing nothing. It's a waste. I mean, it's at that point, it's no longer filtering the bay, which they claim is why they don't open it, because they want the oysters to filter the bay. But if a waterman is restricted to catching large oysters and they go for the smaller oysters, if they go under the legal limit of 3 inches, they get fined for that and can potentially go to jail. but you're forcing them to go to the smaller oysters, which have a better chance at filtering the bay than a large one
But
that will die.
I bet you nobody went to jail who let that stuff come out of the dam, right?
Oh no, not at all. Nobody. I think it was called, not Patapsco, but it was something in that area. But it was a very large dam.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it though.
Yeah, so it sounds like the watermen are on the back burner.
Oh yeah.
It's all the industrial. They're not going to mess with
Yep.
guys building a zillion-dollar building.
Our Ocean City manager is a member of the Watermen's Association for the state of Maryland. And he goes to Annapolis a lot for meetings. And they just do nothing. They do nothing but they talk and talk and talk, but no policies ever get changed.
But you're saying your company did like $27 million.
Oh, that's
so there must have been billions of dollars being made off this bay.
Oh yeah,
Watermen
but see,
at one
we're forced to buy all the way from the Gulf of Mexico to Boston, Massachusetts, because we cannot get nearly enough product out of these waters. You know what I mean? We're that large of a company. We buy a lot of our fish from the south. All of our shrimp comes from the Gulf. You know what I mean? We get all of our crabs from the south all winter long.
So Maine waters are probably pretty healthy, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
an open ocean.
Oh yeah. Even Virginia waters are healthier than Maryland. They have a better conservation track record and system of doing things. I mean, and Virginia is not that big of a state when you look at the Chesapeake Bay that it surrounds. But they take care of it better. I mean, they do. They take care of it. We buy a lot of rockfish from Virginia. We buy a lot of flounder from Virginia, sea bass, whatever. And I mean, it's always good product, always fresh, healthy, no lesions. I mean, it's a cleaner environment because they turn the areas over the way they should. Which it's not a hard concept.
So maybe what's going on up there is the people in the Maryland Senate aren't talking to watermen and they don't really know the issue.
They don't. I
don't understand it.
Yes, I think it's some examples of ignorance and not knowing, and some instances of not caring. Because if you're told the same thing over and over and over for 5 consecutive years, you got to hear it. And you got to not be ignorant to it anymore.
Right.
But if you still don't change it, you're telling me you don't care.
Right.
I mean, it's the only way it can be.
Yeah.
It's basic common sense. We got some new politicians in office this year and this term. Hopefully he stays in and we'll get things changed.
Matthias, what is he? Is he a state senator?
Yeah, he's nothing. Yeah. I got a couple boats and need some anchors out here probably. That's what he's good for.
No, he might float.
Yeah, you're right. Shit does float.
Yeah.
But yeah, we look forward to Mary Beth Corolla.
Yeah.
Coroloza. I met her personally down here. She came down and visited all the watermen, talked to the captains. First politician I've seen come out here and do this, and I've been on this harbor for 4 consecutive years dealing with every one of these guys. And that's the first politician I've seen.
I saw a documentary by some people I know up in Salisbury. One of the guys writes books about Bay. But I went to their thing where they had this documentary, and they were implying, the one guy who does environmental studies, that they want the state to pay to move all these people that have houses that they think will be flooded in less than 50 years in Dorchester.
Yeah.
But they think the state should pay them all that money, but the state doesn't want to spend the money to put you guys that make money for the state, right, in the economy, but they're not going to give you money to park your boat, right?
No.
So I mean, they're talking about billions of dollars there. I mean, I don't know
I
what
think
they're
it's
talking.
jacking them up or moving them
Yeah,
back.
jacking them out or moving them out. And
That's millions.
And pretty soon it's going to be like the Glades. You're going to be on stilts in the middle of the water.
You're going to have to move it.
You're going to have to move, right?
Yeah. And
But they want the state to pay for it.
I noticed that a lot in Crisfield, Maryland, where our company is based. We have a soft crab plant right on the water. We're gearing up for crab season, April 1st. We'll start receiving crabs that shed, peelers, pretty soon from down south, and we'll start shedding them. I work down there every day for half a day before I come up here and take care of things, get the pumps going. I've seen some extreme. We have a pit with 3 50 horsepower pumps in it. These things weigh 1,800 pounds a piece. They're humongous. They push out more water pressure than any city can. but we have 726 crab floats that we have to keep in operation. All hooked to generators, cannot lose power, failure, nothing. Backup pumps, backup generators. I mean, we spent a lot of money to keep these crabs alive. When we built the pit, we built it with the intent that the water would never rise above the pit. For the past 2 years, it has done that more times than I've ever seen. The water now comes all the way into our processing plant, which is 60 to 70 feet from the bulkhead, which is rocks and a bulkhead, but it comes up over that and into our plant now, and it never did that before.
Well, in your guys' case,
And the extreme lows. People don't think about that. People never think about how detrimental an extreme low tide is. I've seen the tide so low I can almost walk out to the pump pit in the water with just a pair of regular hip boots on. Now, when you have an extreme low tide like that, these boats can't go. They're physically sitting on the bottom. They cannot sail out because there's not enough water in the harbor. I've seen them coming across that bridge going into Scotts Cove, where one little boat would take a dredge, an oyster dredge, and pull it behind him, trying to cut a channel for the rest of the guys that were coming in behind him. And you could physically see a strip that wide of water. I mean, and that's a low tide.
So-
a low tide
so
is just
you
as
don't-
detrimental as a high.
you don't know why, but you know the water level is
It's changing
drastically
dramatically.
different. Yeah, dramatically.
A lot of it sometimes is when you get a strong northwestern wind, then the
Yeah,
following
well, there's
day
certain
after
moons,
that.
but yeah.
Yeah,
but
but then when it's just a normal high tide, low tide cycle, and you get those extremes,
Yeah.
you see it. Especially when you work on the water or you work around the water your whole life. You watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch the sunset and you watch the sunrise off of it. It's beautiful every day. But it's changing environment. If something doesn't change, it's going to hurt a lot of livelihoods.
Well, they're saying Dorchester in 50 years will be about 75-80% gone underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already lost about 15 or 20%.
Yeah. And that's the worst part is the 50% that's going to be underwater are the waterman communities that built everything. And they're the ones getting washed away to sea.
Right.
And there's not really physically, there's nothing nobody can do about it other than jacking everything up and moving it back. But that's billions of dollars that nobody has to spend. I mean, it's the changing environment. It's global warming is a true event. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
definitely
it's happening.
Yeah, well, like I said, this wacky weather we have, like it's been way too warm for the last 5 years up here.
And that weather controls the seafood.
Yeah.
The weather controls the
It's
seafood industry.
It's killing coral.
Yeah, killing coral, killing crabs. Crabs won't run. They don't move like they normally do. The rockfish they're not there.
It's got to affect because the crabs hang out in the grass, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, there's less grass for them to hang out in. They've replenished more in Dorchester than they have in Somerset. But Somerset's poorest county in the state of Maryland, so we always get the shit end of the stick.
But the seafood capital, it's so
Crazy, ain't it? Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doesn't make sense. Baltimore is known for seafood as well, but they get it from Crisfield. We ship it there every day.
What time of year you usually start catching them male cats down there?
As soon as we start catching them up above here,